I feel a little guilty. I feel a bit helpless. I really wish that this wasn't the situation, but it is. I've had 2 seasons here now at the Hounds and I've loved every minute of my time here. For those 2 seasons, I've spent 90% of those seasons away from my fiancée, Michelle, and now baby Alfie. Michelle got taken in and C-section all went well. He was born at 11:30 p.m, healthy, happy, and so special. He's my little boy. Now I'm faced with the decision, do I stay in Chicago and try and uplift Michelle and Alfie and bring them over here for another season, or make a decision that probably makes more sense on paper and leave Chicago, sign with LA, play rugby there. Obviously not a decision I'm taking lightly. There's a lot of factors that go into it. It's a really tough one, really, really tough one. This club has been so good to me. I've put a lot of hard work into building what this club has become. I really want to win this thing and then get home to the family.
I think that attitude of acceptance and bring it on has been fucking unbelievable today. Accepted everything that's been thrown at us. So fucking credit to you. Let's make sure that we have got that fucking bit of steel and that bit of grit running through us for the rest of this fucking week. Yep.
We either play DC or Free Jacks. Could potentially be at home, or it could be in Boston. And if we beat them, then we're off to the big dance in San Diego against whoever wins from that conference. We've beaten all teams that we are potentially facing. I genuinely believe we are the best team in our conference and we play well. Well, if we prepare well, we will play well, and if we play well, we'll win.
But overall, we're going to be a ruthless team. Happy with that?
Rob was not loved on day one here. I mean, he was loud and brash and fucking Rob, for lack of a better way to put it. I'll be the first to admit, I was worried because he's such a dominant personality.
You're gonna be fucked. Like we are right now. Winning's better than losing, Bill.
Dylan will tell you, and Nate will tell you, guys who've won in this league, I could not believe how they were being talked to.
There's no fucking respect down the end here. I mean that from fucking deep in here. We pile in, we hit to fucking hurt.
Rob couldn't believe that why the fuck these guys thought that he couldn't talk to them this way. But it was not smooth. I've learned a ton through this process and learned a ton from Rob. He adjusted, but so did the players. Everybody got better. He was just awesome in the way that he knew what he wanted to do. He instilled the culture that he believed in. He really empowered them. And he let Billy lead, and he let Luke lead, and he let the players on the field do their job. He brought a confidence into some of the guys that were struggling, and the lineup was more consistent, and guys stopped being afraid to fail. He got the best out of our team.
It's getting to the stage of the season now where we start talking about next year and what contracts might look like. I've started to have a few conversations with James around if I come back, what that looks like. My contract is up at the end of this season. I've got a pretty big decision to make.
Right, first 20 minutes, empty the fucking tank.
I love the boys, I love the management, I love the staff, I love the city, I love the fans. I would love to stay here. Do I stay here in Chicago or sign with LA? I care about this team so much. I've been on this journey from the very beginning, and I really don't want that to end. Maybe it's time to put the family first. I genuinely don't know where I'm going to end up. I've been through so much with this Chicago team. It feels right to stay here. It's a really tough decision. I got to make it pretty soon.
I wanted to have a quick chat with you and just touch base. I know that, obviously sent you an offer. Kind of wanted to see where your head's at. You've been a great club captain, and I see you very much in that same role next year and maybe the year after, if this is the place for you.
Yeah, it's a tough one. If I didn't have the family, I would have signed yesterday.
So if I know that this isn't for you and your journey, I need to replace you, which is not easy.
Being captain has been a huge role for me. These opportunities only come once. You got to make the most of them. And it's going to end at some point. You got to make the most of these opportunities now. Michelle understands that. Being in Chicago is super important to me in my career right now. She's been incredible. She hasn't made me feel like I'm doing the wrong thing or that she can't do this without me kind of thing. She's a trooper. Ultimately, the decision to sign a contract for next year is going to involve sacrifice either way.
It's time to discuss future plans. It's time to discuss who wants to really sit down and think about it and ultimately have the conversations and see where we're at.
Probably a tough season for you. You didn't get the opportunities that you probably thought you or probably did deserve at times. How have you been feeling about it?
Not the best, man. It's been a rough one.
What could have been done differently this year?
There was at least a good chunk of the season where the clarity wasn't there for most boys.
I wouldn't have been surprised if you came to me and said, hey, I need to go somewhere else and start again. How have you been feeling about that? I know you said you wanted to go away and think about things. Where are you at?
I honestly feel like I need a change.
So within the next 3 to 4 weeks, we'll have a coach in place.
Right.
If by that time you haven't found somewhere where you'd rather be, I'd love you to have a chat to our coach. I want you to reach your goals. And you've never done anything but committed 100% to being in this environment. I want every player to reach their goals. And if that's not here, that's not here. Explore the market then. Go and have a chat to some other teams. See if you think there is an environment that can support you. You've been an absolute gentleman since the moment you've arrived. Personally, at this point, I'd just like to say thank you for everything you've done over the last 2 seasons. I know you don't feel like you contributed that much on the field, but it's phenomenal. I don't think you really understand how much you did contribute to this environment on and off the field. I don't pick the team, we don't pick the team. We try and build a squad and set the coach up for success. I'd like to have a shot at keeping you. Fair? Yeah. Great.
Not many people get to play rugby as their job, so there's quite some joy to it at the same time. Everything's being done well, man. This is probably the best organization in the league, and I can say that with full confidence.
We're obviously in the process of trying to balance the squad. Both means that we need to be a little bit more thoughtful around the balance in certain positions. I wouldn't guarantee anything at the moment. Go and have a look around and see if there is someone that can give you what you need.
This is getting framed.
It's been almost knocked out of me with the way the season has gone with playing opportunities. Lots of lessons learned, man. The feedback I've been given has been that I'm good enough to play, I'm a good player. We want you in the building, but it hasn't translated into game time. Once the season's over, your contract is technically up. Definitely looking forward to enjoying it and ultimately going home. That's the biggest goal for me in the summer, going home. I need a contract first before I can travel, so once I get that sorted out, then I can hop on a plane and finally go home.
I got a call from Satch, one of the owners. He doesn't call me often. But phone started ringing and he's like, what's up, Billy? And what's up? You got 5 minutes? And I'm like, mate, I'm playing golf. He's like, oh, well, you're on the loudspeaker with Peter, James, and the other owners. He let me know that they just had a conversation with Sam and decided to let him go as head coach, which was news to me. I didn't hear anything about it before, which was a huge shock, to be honest. That was probably the most pressure I'd been under as a leader. Maybe no one else kind of saw that or felt that, but my head was spinning that night. just trying to figure out how I would message it to the boys. I didn't really know how everyone was going to react. I didn't even know it was the right decision. I was thinking about Sam a lot. I was trying to reach out to Sam. I really, really cared about him and I felt so bad for him. And then at the same time, Rob had been the forwards coach for the whole season, so I didn't really have too much to do with him.
He stays on 1, 2. That's all we need to do. All right?
They'd made that decision and decided to put Rob in as head coach and step up for the remainder of the season, and that Sam would be letting the team know the next day.
The meeting that we had, I knew that we needed to have a discussion. Initial feeling I have is shame. Between this little community here that I live in with my daughters and wife, we created this little community of Hounds supporters that loved it. It was definitely tough seeing Rob take over, seeing them go on a run.
Victory, what a win for the Hounds tonight. The Chicago Hounds, a 5-point victory.
Ownership, they were probably patting themselves on the backs because they did get wins, which they needed to do.
We went through so many lows together and experienced a lot together. We definitely weren't playing to our full potential, not getting the results in the tight games. I always just thought we'd figure it out and we'd go into the playoffs and we'll be fine. But in a roundabout way, it kind of ignited a fire in a lot of boys and a lot of people. Maybe it was the adversity that the team needed. All my thoughts went to Sam. Him and I have become super close over the last couple of seasons and he has done a lot for me. He's the one that provided me the opportunity to come to Chicago.
There's no victim here at all. That was their decision and I respect that. From my point of view, for what I sacrificed and the energy that I'd put into the organisation, trust that I'd put in them as well. From what I've heard, it sounds like some players weren't happy with how I was leading the team and how I was coaching the team. If you keep asking the question, what's wrong, what's wrong, what's wrong, people are going to start searching for answers and you're going to want an answer.
It sucks because Sam is such a legend and such a great coach and such a great guy. But for whatever reason, our team wasn't performing like they should, and ultimately it was a board decision.
There's a lot of big personalities within this group. There's a lot of leaders within this group. You can only have really one leader and everyone else needs to follow. If you have 10 other guys that could be the leader and want their voices to be heard and think they could do things better, it's a big job to make sure you're managing all those different personalities. Not keeping everybody happy, because you can never do that. Maybe that's what I was trying to do a bit too much. My plan is to stay here in Chicago, just looking at all possible options for job security. If the coaching thing doesn't work, whether it be a 9 to 5 here in Chicago, started conversations there. I do want to put my family first. They have followed me all over the world for as long as the kids have been alive, and pretty much as long as my wife's been with me, they've just kind of packed up and come wherever I wanted to go. And now it's time to prioritise them. I think from my point of view, it's just a period of self-reflection, and from a coaching point of view in rugby, I think I have to reinvent myself. My love for the game has not changed, maybe intensified. My love of coaching, though, has taken a hit for sure. The volatility of it is hard for a family, for sure. I probably just need to get back into it, but I think a decision needs to be made. What's the best for family?
It was a very, very hard decision at the time. I just didn't feel good about where we were. I didn't feel good about how we were playing. And Rob described the team as being broken, which was another way of describing kind of where we were. I didn't feel like Sam felt good about how we were playing, but I felt like he had lost his confidence. We wanted to give Sam the chance to dig out of it. James and I got on the phone after that game. I think we both just knew that it wasn't going to get better. I had probably decided by that point in my head that we were moving on at the end of the season from Sam, because I just didn't feel like we were going to get the locker room to the place where we need to be consistently championship worthy. And I also thought we might be risking some of the talent moving on because nobody wants to be part of something where they don't feel great about it. But we just needed a new voice. And Rob has coached at extremely high levels. He's won at high levels. He had earned the respect of the guys that he was coaching already this year.
Why is this worth looking at? Why do I want to do this? It's a big ask, and it's a lot to do. Like, why is it going to work?
It's going to work if you have the right people, I think. Nothing's guaranteed with this. We know that this is a global game. We know that Chicago and the Midwest loves its sports.
We have no time, and yet we're going to be expected to be competitive. We're going to be expected to know what we're doing. There isn't a team in this league that's making money. They admit that overhand. There's no TV revenues. There's no global deal. We have to grow it all. As an investor, this thing has so many things that can go wrong and that have gone wrong. And the return, if we get it right, is just so potentially massive.
You can look at it like that, or you can say that just the opportunity is that no one has got it right yet.
There's really no data that says it's going to work. And yet it is such a big global opportunity that I want to be a part of it. It's worth the risk.
The rugby should be the easy part. The tough part is actually whether or not we can make this a sustainable business opportunity. I mean, I believe in this game. I think it is a global game. I think it's a game that brings people together. I think as a sport, it's something that is unique in a way that the behaviours and the values are different. I want to build something that lasts and that has a legacy, something that can be successful and that something's bigger than me and you.
I think collectively as a group, we're pretty confident going into this. Anything's possible in the playoffs, but I feel so confident now after everything we've been through. I probably wouldn't have been as confident sort of halfway through the year, even though we were playing better. We found our feet in the last 3 or 4 weeks. There's something about what we've done in the last 5 or 6 weeks around the way we play the game that has completely transformed. I feel like if we play well, that we will beat anyone. And that's a real nice sort of confidence booster to have. I think as a team and as a squad, there's no reason why we just don't go into every game just almost knowing we're going to win. Like, I genuinely think that we will win the whole thing.
We've got to play fucking brave. And I'm urging you guys to be brave. There's been so much history between these two season playoff games. This game will be decided in that last 10 minutes. This game is 2 good footy teams, isn't it? So we'd be kidding ourselves thinking that this will be a race away, we'll win it by fucking 60. Don't think conference final, there's a trophy, there's a ticket to the big dance. Just be us, and be us really fucking good. Got it?
I think we all want to win. This is not meant in a disrespectful way to the Free Jacks. They're obviously a very good team, but we'll see.
That's got to be the best thing you can have, because at the end of the day, there's going to be a winner and a loser.
Winner takes all.
And we're a force to be reckoned with.
If you're not wanting to win every single game with your chest held high, your head's not where it needs to be.
What is stopping you from fucking getting forward? Using your eyes to hold each fold, using your eyes to watch the ball, fucking nothing. What is stopping you getting those breakdowns? Let's fucking do it. See you after.
Boys, sacrifice, hard work, adversity, we've been through it all. And we're the most confident team in this league. Why? I told you why yesterday. Look around the fucking circle. Fuck me, we got some shit going on in this circle, boys. These are the only people that are standing between us and going to the fucking grand final, which we said on the 15th of fucking January we were going to do.
Has yet to lose since taking over the Chicago side. The Hounds, they're in the hunt. The winner of this match moves on to next weekend's MLR Championship match in San Diego. The Hounds looking for the first points in this match here as we play 14 minutes. Little dummy there, inside ball. They're about 4 meters away. Now Lennon. Back to Patros, way out over the top. Here's the guy that can do damage. It's Balakana, but he offloads into the hands of McDonald. Here goes Reese Lightning. Reese McDonald, he breaks around one. He's going to take this toward the line, and he's got two. What a run from Reese McDonald, electrifying the crowd.
That's just good heads-up play from the fullback.
Trying to make something happen here. Here goes Adrian Carlsa. He just might. Needs some support. Cuts outside. Still with it up that touchline. Carlson deep inside of territory. And what a play. Nate Augsburger. The Hounds bump back.
How about it? Adrian Carlson. What a try for the Hounds. My word. The crowd falls silent. Chicago have their first try of the game.
And it's a 10-7 match. Cardi does his job, and Nate Augsburger gets Chicago on the board.
That's a huge way to end the half for Chicago. They needed the points on the board, and that's a very different locker room now.
All right, boys, I think we can all agree, probably not our best 40 minutes, but positive, we're 3 points down and we done fuck all. Yeah. They got no idea what's coming. They've thrown the kitchen sink at us in 40 minutes, they're up by 3 points. Completely different game now.
So there's only one thing to do. Is either keep being fucking average at it, or you make a conscious fucking decision to change and it'll win us the game. Do you believe that?
Yes.
Do we really fucking believe we can do that? Yes. I fucking do.
40 minutes to fucking go our season. That's all we got. Get fucking excited. 3 points down, we done nothing. Whitey, let's go. Oh, let's go. Let's go, you dogs. 2, 2, 3, 2, 3. Go!
Chicago will kick it off. Close game. Emotions are high. Gets so physical.
Rolling away in time on Chicago.
Pressure is building from New England.
Right on cue. Here comes Patros. And that one right down. And it's now 13-7 here in the 46th minute. Chicago holding their ground. Meeks and company getting in there in a hurry. New England, the pressure continues. Line set for Chicago. So we're going to get a look back here from our TMO.
5 blue. Slaps the ball on the ground. Cynical infringement.
Here is what our TMO, Derek Summers, is looking at. Look at that arm right there. There it was. That was the arm. Great pickup by our TMO. And what that does is you go from a situation where New England's put up a really good goal line stand on defense, keep the Hounds off the scoreboard, to all of a sudden now Cardi with a chip shot and just gets them that 3 to close that gap.
He does, and it's a 13-10 match now.
Come on!
Younger shoved down, gets back in there, and it's going to be a penalty called here on Chicago. Too much happening there at that breakdown.
And it was such good work originally from Mason Flesh. Didn't need to do that. They had them. They had them in defense. They were coming up well, making good shots. And now they can get 3 points to New England Free Jacks with that person in the bin.
And he adds to it here and makes it a 6-point advantage once again for New England.
I mean, the ball literally just gets fumbled around on the ground.
They're about 5 meters and then some out. Fawcett gets at the back. Dylan Fawcett's got the ball under his left arm. Fawcett still pushing, still got the ball, gets it down! 14th try of the season, and Chicago is a converted kick away from having the lead here in the second half. You hear the crowd in Fort Quincy. The Hounds have been chasing the game all match long. And the Chicago Hounds on top here in the 66th minute, 17-16. Just a couple of minutes remaining. Outside, here they come with speed. Trying to get it to Noah Brown, but it's going to be whistled and brought back.
That is totally unwarranted. Seems to have been working for Chicago.
He's short. Selmy right in there at the back. The power move, and the Free Jacks believe they're in.
Beautifully done. I mean, that was outstanding work by the Free Jacks. Really love what they just did.
And in the 72nd minute, New England get the lead back.
That is class from New England.
Montrose tacks on the conversion. 23-17.
But what a turnover. Giannis Venter, who got it away, and then Billy Meeks, my word, look at this strength. Just gets rid of Vanderbank, holds onto the ball brilliantly. In the end, Carty does try and find some territory and ground, which...
Ball protection, everything right now.
We've still got just over a minute.
Do they have a comeback in them?
Now it's do or die.
Yep.
This scrum is massive. Free Jacks need to just get this in, get this out. And a penalty to the Free Jacks, and that might just do it.
A trip to the MLR Championship match on the line here.
As they're going to tap and go, just run the clock down. Quite clever play.
Now Chicago trying to get the ball back here. Chicago doing everything they can to get it. Once again, how many times have we said this? Jason Patros into touch, and New England, they move on to their second straight Major League Rugby Championship match. They win it, defeating Chicago.
It's been a monumental game, but there you have it. The Eastern Conference champions once more are the Free Jacks.
Listen, these moments are incredibly tough. We celebrate the wins and we suffer the losses. Don't suffer it for too long. Because what we've done over 6 weeks, nobody expected us to do. This might go in one ear and out the other right now, but what you've actually got to do, lads, is go away and learn for your own development as a team why we didn't get over the line today. Because you want to come back here next time, don't you? And go one better and win it. Chicago's got to learn from this. Let's learn from this as a group. Be proud of your efforts. Mourn it, but don't mourn it for too long. Ready, give us a clap. Yep. Hold on, boys.
Season's end, and this group will never all be together in a room again. I'm new to this game, and I've grown to love it, and I've grown to love and respect each and every one of you. And the effort you put in has never been in question. And we've been through highs, we've been through lows. We didn't get there. But what a season of growth and building, and what a great group of people. Last year, we were celebrating in Dallas at 3-13 like we had won a championship. We know what it now feels like to win, so let's stay healthy, work hard, have fun tonight, and thank you. Up the Hounds. Your first emotion is just deflation. Like you can't believe it's over. Second immediate emotion is me looking around, making sure how everybody else is doing. That's been the biggest learning for me through this. As much as I want to win and as much as it's about me, probably easier for me than almost anybody else. The work that the guys put in, the players, the coaching staff. Seeing that emotion, seeing Dylan on the field, seeing Nate on the field, seeing Billy, you could just tell they were crushed. Seeing Luke couldn't play and maybe feeling what it might have been like if he could.
A heartbreak, obviously, at the end. The biggest game in the Hounds' history. The goal of making the championship or winning the championship is on the list, at the top of the list. I think that you put your body on the line, the physical exhaustion, emotional exhaustion, and then you don't come out with the result that you've hoped for and worked so hard for. It's pretty demoralising. I know that feeling very well. Maybe some of the younger guys, it was the first time feeling that heartache after losing a playoff game.
I'm really proud of how we played.
the season we had, and especially the way we came together the last few weeks. It was exciting to know how close we were. We challenged the defending champs. We gave them the hardest games they played all year. It's hard, it's crushing, it's also joy to have gotten there. But anytime I started feeling personal emotions during it, I looked around and just realized like how much more it meant to the guys.
I'm amazed how far we came and what we went through. I've been in 2 semi-finals, a final. I want to win the whole thing. Fucking hell.
I hope they feel proud of what they accomplished at this point. I'll never know what it was like to be on that field. I can't imagine what it must have felt like for Nate, who had such an amazing season. You know, what was it like for Mark and Noah to be staring at the try line at the end of the game and maybe having a chance to come out heroes, and then we fall short.
Yeah, just a devastating result at the end of the day. We were probably a team that just needed to figure out a little bit more about each other. A lot of emotions, a lot of different feelings. I was so confident going into that game. I think we prepared really well. Emotional roller coaster. A lot of fun. A lot of bad times. We knew we had the talent in the room, but how exactly we were going to put that on the field and perform at our best was probably the million-dollar question. But I'd say hungry and determined is probably the kind of team we were.
A bit angry, a bit pissed, just wish that the game would have gone our way. I felt a lot of different things when you lose tough matches. So when you finally get there and you end up coming short, you just got it.
Definitely the first thing that I noticed in the fellas that were on the field was the physical exhaustion. All you could do was give blokes hugs and console them and try and be positive next year. We'll get to the fucking big one.
Such small margins, and you talk about that when it comes to knockout rugby games. You never really know which moment is the biggest momentum changers.
At this point, man, it's just a matter of keeping the boys around and having another crack at it.
This organisation's unbelievable. I know for a fact the people who run it are top quality, and I know James has talked about he wants to be the best North American rugby team in the league in the next 3 years.
We're all thinking about what next year brings immediately. And while it's an ending, it's also part of the journey of what we're on.
Big thank you to our ownership group, a big thank you to our management group, a big thank you to our performance staff and our medical staff. But it's only key to acknowledge as many people as we can. I'm going to present the Forward of the Year. He's as valuable on the field as off the field to this group. I couldn't be more grateful to have him here. And the great news is he's signed on for another 2 years, and that's Mac Jones. Thank you, Mac. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
This is truly an honour. Thanks to everyone this year. It's been one of my, honestly, favourite years of rugby, and I've been playing for a little bit, so thanks to everyone. It's been incredible.
This guy, I think he's had a fucking renaissance of a season. He's got himself back in the Eagles contention this year and probably had one of his best seasons in MLR. So my back of the year is Bryce Campbell.
This is really unexpected and really special. Being able to kind of grow into myself and play a way that I haven't played in a long time. Just thank you so much for the whole group and everybody for believing in me. And yeah, no, thank you. That's it, really.
Arguably one of the most important awards of the evening is the Big Shoulders Award.
I just got off the phone with Billy and let him know he'd won the award. We all know the type of player Billy is and the type of guy that he is. We love him, he loves us, and he's definitely a worthy recipient of this award, so big ups to Billy.
Thanks, Lukey. This one's really about the future, and that's the important part of what we do. And this guy has no doubt got a huge future ahead of him. And he's been one of the most exciting players that we've seen in a long time. He's got a superb future ahead of him. Rookie of the Year, Noah Brown, everyone. Congratulations, mate. Well deserved.
I can't express how much joy I've had coming to this team for me in my career, and it wouldn't be able to happen without so many great vets to look up to the next year.
For our 2024 Kennel Club Player of the Year, the Butcher, Dylan Foster.
Jeez, I didn't know he was that much of a fan favourite. But, it's very special. Lads, thanks very much.
I hope I've done the same to you guys. I hope you always know that I'm here for you, and fully gonna go try to get that fucking shield next year. So.
Player of the Year. It was a unanimous decision on the back from the coaches and management. A massive thanks to that guy and a big congratulations to Mason Flesh on Player of the Year.
I'm going to be honored to get this from the talent in this group. I'm going to keep it real short for the ones that know you can't kill what's already dead, so we keep fucking going.
I think that everyone would agree that this person is the player's player. He's a great mate of mine. I know that he's very popular within the group, and so you all voted for him. I definitely fucking voted for him. So, McLean Jones. I want to thank all my teammates. The amount of talent in this room. You've pushed me to be a better player, a better bloke. I've made some lifelong friends in this group this year. Truly special, and I hold this very personally for the rest of my life, so thank you all.
Just to finish, have a moment and look around the room, because this group will never be in the same room again together again. It's going to look differently every year. So enjoy that moment, because this is how we make memories, and I can't fucking wait to give this another go in next year. It's just a shame we have to wait so long, right? But big thank you to everyone. Enjoy tonight, have a drink, and all the best, everyone. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
And I'm leaving to go coach another team back in England called Saracens. And it was a really hard decision whether to stay here or to move back to England. We've loved it here, but just career-wise, one that we decided to take, which we're sad about. Love the team here, but let's give that a crack.
You know, this is a business, but it's also, you become so personally involved with the people that it's hard to put on the owner hat sometimes, especially when you're there.
Sacrifice is probably one word that sums up being a professional athlete. Something that I've had to endure my whole career. No matter where I am in the world, no matter what team I'm playing at, you got to sacrifice a lot of things. I've made the really tough decision to leave Chicago and sign with the LA team. You know, it was a decision that was a really, really tough one. I, hand on heart, really wanted to stay here. I love this club. I love the boys. I love the organisation and the fans. And I've had such an amazing 2 years. I was just devastated. Super proud at the same time. It's just how proud I am of this group and to be a part of it and what we've actually achieved. We should all be pretty proud of what we've achieved. Ultimately, I had to put my family first. What's worked out best for us is for me to move to LA and sign with the LA team. I wish the Chicago boys all the best. It holds a special place in my heart.
The pressure is what makes this kind of fun. What about other businesses that we invest in? Like, it's nice to do well at it, it matters, but it isn't exciting and it isn't fun and there's no wins and losses. This is the most exciting and fun thing I've ever been a part of.
My favorite part about the game is the pressure of it. If we played that game 10 times, we win it 9 times. I feel like that was just the day we got it wrong. Didn't attack very well. We didn't get into the flow of the game at all. And like, that's down to us. We all knew that we should have been this good all year, so some lads may move on.
The future of No Brown, I'll call it, is I play high-level 15s for a few years. I go back to sevens for the Olympics. We go and medal in LA. That's been the plan all along. This year's meant a lot for my confidence in 15s. At the beginning of the season, I didn't know how I would fit in. But I feel like I quickly learned that I can play with these guys all day long, no matter who they were out there.
I'm confident I'm right that rugby will be big in this country. I'm willing to put my dollars there, I'm willing to invest in it. The nightmare reality is that rugby works and that we don't. It's about entertainment. It's about culture and bringing families in and showing an experience that we hope you can't get elsewhere. And I feel lucky to be able to do it.
I had an unwavering belief in this squad, in the team, in the direction that we were going. I live my dream. I'm the privileged one in this position, so that's why I do it.
And if you're watching this and you're thinking about playing rugby, go pick up a ball, start playing. You could be the next Eagle. You could be the next Olympian. You carve out a great coaching career, great referee career. There's so many different avenues. And go pick up that ball and start playing this game.
And as an owner, the bottom line matters. But this is never going to be a business where in year 2, the progress in terms of the balance sheet was going to be the number one answer to the question of how we were doing. We're proud of what we've done in year 2. We have huge expectations for year 3. And I think we head into next year in a much better position as a team to compete. We spent more than we wanted to. We lost more money than we did the year before. I'll never be happy about that. But it's not losing, it's investing.